White Dotmon, so they can donate.
Okay, guys, I'm here for my review of episode 6 of Power Rangers Dino Supercharge. This episode is entitled Forged Under Fire. We open with Tyler and James, his dad, having a little father-son bonding moment, and then back on the ship, we see that Singe has these mystical rings or something that are used to absorb power or something. And he wants to absorb from the Energems, but Heckle and Fury mention that they don't want to absorb the Energems, they want to take the Energems. So, Heckle goes along with Singe's plan, but he says if he fails, then then Heckle won't like it or something like that. And then we see what's going on at the rest of the Dino music at the Dino Cafe, where Tyler introduces James to the rest of the team. And Tyler says that Coda is a caveman, that Ivan is a knight, and that Prince Philip is the actual Prince of Xandar. And James thinks that Tyler's joking about it. He says, "Next you'll be telling me that this guy's the actual Prince of Xandar," and it's how you would actually react. But then Riley mentions, or someone mentions, that when James bonded with his Energem, it stopped his aging, so he still looks like he did 10 years ago when Tyler was 8 years old. Which is why Tyler's father looks like his brother. Kendall is messing around with the Energems to make a new power for Tyler. But James and Philip's Energems are not fully done yet. So while Fury and Singe attack the city, they have to stay behind. So the Rangers go there, they morph. Singe wants to put his plan into action, but Fury interrupts it, so Singe siphons Fury's power, and Fury uses the Magna Beam to make him grow. The Rangers summon both the Dino Charge Megazord, Pteroraptor formation, and Tyler summons his Battleizer, which... I know it has another name. I'm calling it his Battleizer. But the problem with this episode is it makes a really bad continuity error, because Tyler's Battleizer involves Rexy shrinking to become part of his armor, but Rexy's also part of the Dino Charge Megazord at the same time. So yeah, that's a continuity error that's kind of messed up. Anyway, Singe fires this little ring thing onto Tyler, siphons his power, goes use it on the other Rangers, and then James and Philip show up. And they fight off all that, and they all retreat. We later find out that Tyler's Energem has been cracked, and the other Rangers have a ring on their Energems, meaning that they can't morph. However, Kendall, James, and Philip still can. It's interesting that Prince Philip is here, by the way, since we haven't seen him since the first episode. But since Kendall, Philip, and James can still morph, they go off to fight a monster, but Tyler needs to recharge his Energem. And it should be noted that we finally get to see Kendall morph again. Whatever. So, Tyler has to reforge his Energem, so he has to go where there's a high concentration of lava, which happens to be where Tyler found his Energem. I don't know why there'd be a public cave with lava flowing around it, but whatever. There is another continuity error here where Keeper told Tyler that morphing would be probably not recommended. So Tyler uses the Dino Armor X Charger, which makes him morph. I don't know why that's not a morphing charger. For plot convenience, I guess. And then a monster attacks in the vicinity where James is. So James, Kendall, and Philip, as I said, go fight the monster and they morph. Then the other Rangers say, "Power's not, we're still Power Rangers," which is a throwback to MMPR. Tyler stops Singe. He takes that because he managed to forge his Energem back to not being cracked. And he drills above the ground, and then he breaks Singe's things controlling these dumb things. And Tyler uses his new power, which is summoning the weapons of all the other Rangers. Oh yes, as if Tyler was not already overpowered, he now has a power-up that allows him to use the weapon of every other Ranger, which thus makes him a Megazord. So yeah, Tyler has become the most overpowered Red Ranger in the entire existence of this show now. And that stops Singe, and Singe and Fury are locked together in the same cell and they're fighting, which makes Heckle not happy, because Heckle wisely mentions that if the Rangers like that they're fighting amongst themselves, because they're not fighting them if Heckle's forces are fighting amongst themselves. So then we find out that James is going off to look for the Silver Energem. Then Keeper said that's where he's best needed, even though Keeper last week wanted him to actually press to join the team. Dino Power Ranger logic. So it's the weakest episode of both Dino Charge and Dino Supercharge, but it wasn't a bad show by any. It wasn't a bad episode by any means. There were just some weird continuity errors in it. Also, of our 9 Rangers, we have 3 that are part-time and 1 that should not be part-time in Kindle. Yeah. That, and while it's cool that Tyler's got this new power, like I said, he is the most overpowered Red Ranger in existence. And quite frankly, he's getting more new powers than Tommy gets new powers. Now, granted, Tommy had to actually be on another team to get new powers, but still. Tyler's getting more new powers than Tommy had. So, this will be in the Dino Supercharge review playlist. If you like the video, like button's down there, subscribe button's down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.